Today we are going to discuss about VLOOKUP function. VLOOKUP is one of the most powerful and widely used Excel functions for searching and retrieving data from a table. It stands for vertical lookup and it helps you find a specific value in the first column of a data set and return a corresponding value from another column in the same row. This function is especially useful when working with large datasets where manually searching information would take a lot of time. VLOOKUP works in a simple logic. You provide the value you want to search. Define the table range where the data exists. Specify the column number from which you want the result. And choose whether you want an exact or approximate match. In data analysis and reporting, VLOOKUP saves time, improves accuracy, and makes data handling much more efficient. Let's do some practical implementations related to VLOOKUP. Here you can see the table, employee ID, name, department, region, sales. Now on the basis of this table, we have to solve two questions which need to be solved with the VLOOKUP function. So the first question is find the name of employee ID 103 using VLOOKUP. So let's start. Equal to VLOOKUP, because we want to solve the solution with the VLOOKUP function. VLOOKUP, then you can see here lookup value. So as per the question says we have to find the name of employee ID 103. So here the lookup value is 103 employee ID because we have to find the name. So the lookup value is 103. That's why we select here 103. Then comma, table array. We need to select the sales range of the table from which we have to extract the data. So from left side we need to select from left to the whole table till from A2 to E6 we can select the table array, then comma, column index number. Column index number means at which column number your answer is present. So we have to find out, as we have to find out the name, that so that the column number is 2. So here we write the 2. Then comma, range lookup. Range lookup simply means either we need to get the exact match, means exact answer, or an approximate answer. So of course we need to get the exact match. That's why we can write false, or instead of false we also write 0. False and 0 is the same. So here I write 0, parenthesis close, enter. So we get the answer of employee ID 103, Amit. Now let's solve the second question. The second question asks find the sales amount of employee ID 104. So simply we need to get the sample sales amount of employee ID 104. So let's start. Equal to VLOOKUP, parenthesis starts, lookup value. Now lookup value, so we need to find the sales amount of which employee ID 104. So here the lookup value is employee ID 104. So we simply select here 104, then comma, table array. Now we have to select the table. So we can select the sale range from A2 to E6. Then comma, column index number. So on which column our answer is present. So we need to get the answer of sales amount. So here the sales amount is in the column E, which now we have to count for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So fifth column, our answer is in fifth column. So the column index number is 5, comma. Again, either we get the exact match or approximate match. So we want to get the exact match. So we can write either false or 0. So now I type false, parenthesis close, then enter. Here we get the answer 60,000. So in this way, we need to solve the VLOOKUP function questions. Thank you.